Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
May share steps taken by your Ramzi John Dramani Mahama. I can say, sir, the signals that I'm getting so far, so good on theory. Outcome no dear. You're better. It needs time for it to unveil itself
and assess.
Yeah, exactly. Now the mechanism economy a woman no eneno Ghana economy no yara ho pa the speaker in currently there sisi akra no metima bisa said, do we even have a middle class?
Oh, of course we do, Anna.
We even have rich people, not to be the
Mr. Speaker, do we even have a middle class? Because okay, say Mampeni Akufo-Addo abayin so no. People that were brought into the poverty line increased by 10 folds under the Bawumia Akufo-Addo era. Economy omo jaye no eka share the supplementary budget na omo pass here na about 20 billion cedis they ko amortize your loan, interest on loan, payments of loans, interest on loans. Just 20 billion Ghana cedis alone. Osha your debt to GDP ratio is about 84% according to the IMF. Omoko Parliament no moko try and say 70%. Meanwhile, IMF moko yi sikafi omo hono. Mama musikano. They are claiming say mo debt to GDP ratio is 84%. Into the economy there, it will take prudent economic management and debt sustainability management to bring us back to the golden era. Uti the mechanism,
yes,
Mr. Speaker. Into Ghana economy there, I hope say task force was set and then the national economic dialogue no will bring all erudites in economics and all sector players so that omubeji advice if you best aspects on how we can manage the economy. Oshe proposal idea to honoma under the Great Transformational Planner, and we are still advocating that going forward, we should have a law enacted that no government of this republic should borrow more than 55% of GDP. Public expenditure should not exceed more than 10% of your GDP. And of course, the budget, there's a 5%. No. I'm talking about debt to GDP ratio. I mean, Kasa was a minuano. It still doesn't. And
from my point of information.
And I make say
said there is a law, the financial.
We need to enact a law to ensure that no government can borrow more than 55% of our GDP. We don't have any law like that. If you look at the PFM Act, there is no.
Yes, you spoke about expenditure, and
America said public expenditure should not exceed 10% of GDP.
So the law is saying 5%. It shouldn't exceed 5%. There is a law.
And you are talking about budget deficit. Budget deficit should not exceed 5% of GDP. What did they make? Budget deficit. Financing to budget deficit should not exceed more than 5% of GDP. If you look at the PFM Act, but may make total public expenditure. The total public expenditure should not exceed more than 10% of GDP. And these are all proposals from a Great Transformational Plan. Speaker, by US aid,
yes,
SMR. You know, there's a great disparity between the global South and North. And now, the global financial architecture now, led by the Bretton Woods institutions now, there is a deliberate attempt to always cripple African countries when it comes to global financing. And we have ourselves to blame because we've not had the right leadership as Africans. And I'm taking this holistically as Africa because scholars call something the paradox of plenty, where Africa we are seeing a resource rich continent but the home to the world's poorest people. That is a huge paradox. Oshe and Ghana, we've been mining gold for 2 centuries now. But we share agreement again. Multinational companies say Anglo Ashanti new multinational sign here. There is no value about the coffers of the government. Intina me no ye advocate say, and going forward, and the NDC government should look into this, because at the end of the day, no ebeboa Ghana. Say going forward, no all mineral resources are mining Ghana hanum no. There should be at least 60% value addition before export.
Okay.
Intino ye were loss ana. It would force these companies, what you say, and even create other avenues for enterprises for Ghanaians to now set up companies to add value to the natural resources so that we can be able to create employment, boost our exports, and then have a stronger city, which I say, and boost our foreign reserves. Now, Okoshe gold mining agreements, what's the value to the people across Africa, not only Ghana? There's no value. International, and then these Western countries now, Obia
Yeah.
US aid, we are saying that we're going to lose $156 million from that aspect. Yeah, I mean, country will be. We don't even need US aid in Ghana. We don't need their aid. Yeah. Titi, I am saying it. Thank you to the US government for their kindness, but we don't need their aid. We don't need their aid. Because say to me tighten the loopholes now. I wear a system where to say katashisheni prayer across Ghana in our public politics now. We will be able to mobilize revenue to solve our issues, especially in the.
Who is there to ensure retrieval of those money?
So that is why may bo NDC for Abaso say more establish oral Operation Recover or Loot. And we are going to support, and of course the people of Ghana are going to support. Speaker,
no more there.
Speaker,
Dog.
One was Ghana for no, and this period is a revolutionary period.
Okay.
This 4-year period, because there's a lot of expectation and anger in the system. Speaker.
Yes.
I come to amount for pound.
Yes.
I want Ghana for hospital na koshe bills a wa microphone to mintua. Now koshe obi akotam sika ade akoshe ne mpaase. Aban sika. And obi ka say oral egu. I think that oral is a continuous process.
No.
It is a committee of mass set
They are
up.
done with
and
their work.
They are done with their work. But I do not. What does oral mean? Operation Recover or Loot. So how the operation to recover all loot it's going to happen.
Because
and we have
submitted their report.
We are going.
Oral is no more there.
We are oral.
Our old cousin and dog have memo.
Oh, what was that?
I mean, the level of interjection now.
What was that?
Please.
What was that? He doesn't want to respect himself, and no, he doesn't want to respect himself. Debbie, but Minya, speaker.
That is why I'm the one moderating.
Speaker.
Until all my drawn attention. So there is no need going on.
MPP party is declining. So you would have people like that come and
you don't even have a political party
and speak for the MPP.
You're just a floating person. You're an NDC person.
Who is an NDC person? I'm an NDC.
Which party are you?
I belong to the movement for change. It's not a party. It's a movement.
So you don't even have a party. Me, your party. My party is MPP.
Your party is declining.
You don't have a party.
Is declining. Your party is. Oh, say. No. Uncrophone munim MPP panel. You realize that the level of communicators now in the MPP
when you were in MPP, you didn't even have an opportunity to communicate because
I didn't have an opportunity.
You were substandard.
Go and ask Akufuado.
So, the level of people in MPP.
No, but this kind of behavior should not be tolerated.
This is not fair. Gentlemen, your microphones are off. May you more free. So